I'm Lola Aneke and I welcome you to Speed Dial on Finding Out with Special Needs. So it's still better hearing than speech month as declared by Asha. Today, I'll be sharing 6 steps for helping children with speech impairment to pronounce words better. So some children with autism, Down syndrome, and some children with speech and language impairment experience difficulties in pronouncing certain words. Sometimes they struggle with the beginning sound of the word or the last sound of the word. So the first step is to make a list of the words the child uses frequently. Some examples of words that children use frequently are yes, no, don't, more, help, look, brush, eye, wash, mouth, please, thank you, love, block, cup, spoon. Now when you've made a list of all of these words, choose 5 words that from that list that the child struggles to pronounce correctly. Okay, choose 5 words from the list. And once you've chosen 5 words from the list, the first thing you need to do is to say the words to the child at least 2 times during the day and once before the child goes to bed. Okay? If possible, get pictures or objects that represent the word. Each time you use any of those words, point to the corresponding picture when you say the words. If you are not able to use pictures or objects at that time, you need to be deliberate about creating a story that those words appear in. So I'll give an example. If the words you chose, out of the numerous words your child can use, if the words you chose that he cannot use correctly are block, love, cup, sweet, and like, you might want to create a story that says the boy like sweet things. He loved to use his block to build houses. And then you just go on like that. Just deliberately create a story with those words in the story. And you do this daily. The next step is after a week or 2 of saying the 5 words, ask the child to name the object or picture after you name it. So you after a week or 2 of doing step number 2 of choosing 5 words and saying the words and all the steps under step 2, you want a child to name an object or picture after you name it. So there's a way to go about it. Name block, the child to say the word block after you. Love, the child to say the word love after you. Sweet, the child says the word sweet after you. Like, the child says the word like after you. Now in all of these words, there might be 1 word or 2 that the child might be struggling with. Don't worry about it. Just put the word aside. So if, for example, the child says blood instead of block, you don't need to correct at that time. Move to another word and keep the words he's struggling with aside. What you will do with those words at a later time is to bring it back to step 2 where you choose words and then you get pictures and objects to represent the words and you go through the step again. Say the word at least twice during the day, once before the child goes to bed. If possible, of course, you get pictures because pictures help to, and objects help the child to relate the words to the picture and it stays better in the child's memory once you can associate the object or the picture to the word. Then of course, whenever you use the word, point at the word, point at the object when you use the word, and then if you cannot find pictures, like I said, make up a story with those words in them. The next step will be, when you use the word, it's very important for you to work only 1 sound at a time in each word. So work on the pronunciation of only 1 sound at a time in each word. Okay, don't try to correct the so for example, I use the word love. If the child says yov for love, or yob, love is love, and the child says yob, the two sounds is struggling with are the w, the u for l, and then the b for v. Love and yob, they are two different sounds or words. You don't want to correct the w for the l and then the b for the v almost immediately. Pick one of the sounds. So you want to pick the beginning sound and say lob. Once the child has been able to replace the beginning sounds, then you can now bring the ending sound, and then you can change any sound by doing love. I don't know if that's clear enough. So again, the child says wob for love. The beginning sound woo is said wrongly. The ending sound v is said wrongly. So don't correct the woo and the boo at the same time. Pick one. But I want to pick the ending sound to correct the ending sound. So you could do wov first. Once the child have gotten wov, you now want to do love. You want to do the beginning sound, and that way it's easier. So you need to take it one step at a time, as opposed to teaching both beginning and end sound at the same time. Now, when the child can say the 5 new words after you ask the child to name the object or picture without hearing you say the words first. You know, initially you say the word, the child will say after you. You say the word, the child said after you. Once you realize that the child can say it without you saying before the child says it, then you might want to practice, do a practice with the child where you have the child say some words to you, and then you pick the object. So the child can say to you block, you pick the object block. The child can say to you love, you pick the object that says love, or the picture that says love. Say for example, the child says cup, says top, as opposed to saying cup. All you have to do is to pick a picture of top. Of course, the child is expecting to pick cup because it meant to say cup, but he said top. That way, you realize that, oh, there's an error here, and you want to try again. Okay? The next step is, once the child can say the words without needing you to say it before it says the word, pick that word out of the 5 words or whatever amount of words you have left and place it in a special place. Probably you want to use your board, your shopping list board, or the fridge to celebrate the words he has mastered. So pick that word among the list of words you have, put it on the fridge or somewhere on the wall, or make a list of words you know, and that's like a celebration chart for the child. Ensure that you praise that child if that child uses that word at least 5 different times in a day. So the steps again, I'll quickly run them quickly. Make a list of the words the child uses frequently. That's the first step. The second step, choose 5 words from the list that the child does not pronounce correctly. The third step is, after a week or 2 of saying the 5 words, ask the child to name an object or picture after you name it. Okay. The fourth step is, it's very important to work on only one sound at a time in each word. The 5th step is, when the child can say the 5 new words after you, ask the child to name the object or picture without hearing you say or name it first. And the last step is, once the child can say the word correctly without your assistance, set aside the word and celebrate the child for saying the words correctly. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave me feedback once you use the steps. Also look out for some of our trainings that will be coming up very soon. Until then, I remain yours sincerely, Lola Aneke.